Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. So today, yes, I'm sitting a little further back, and yeah, I have all windows right here, so that's why the light is, my house, like, I never really noticed this, but my house is, it has a lot of windows in it, and I never noticed that before until I started, recording in it and then getting all these funky light angles and not really having many places to video with appropriate angles. But anyway, so today we're gonna dive in here and we're gonna talk about mothers and my relationship with my mother. So anyway, I'll dive in. So as y'all know, I like the show Gilmore Girls. Actually, love the show Gilmore Girls. And Gilmore Girls is, well, for those of you who don't know the show, it's about a mother and a daughter's relationship. And I would say that, like, my relationship with my mom is pretty similar to Gilmore Girls, just because, like, my mom and I, we tell each other everything, but there are certain boundaries. And she's not, like, in my life, like she's in my life, but she's not over abundant in my life. And so, like, a good example is, like, yeah, we tell each other everything, we keep each other updated, but, like, when it came to school, obviously I went away to school, and she let me go away to school. I guess I'm gonna come down here because I don't want to be, like, too white. But anyway, so, like, when it came time for me, like, I moved out, I, like, just turned 18, right? And then I moved out, went to college, and stayed on campus, and then I got my own apartment, like, by my school, and, yeah, and, like, she came maybe once a month, and then we called each other maybe once a week, but anyway, she wasn't that smothering. Like, we have a very close relationship, but I still, like, went off to college. I still lived on my own. I currently live on my own. So, and we talk and we text, but it's nothing unusual. There are certain things that we do that I think are, I guess, maybe a little too much, but it's all because of safety for sure. Anyways, I'm going to go through some things because I've been watching the show Smothered, and that's sort of like Gilmore Girls, like mother-daughter relationships, except it's reality TV and it's a lot more intensive, and there are certain things that get brought up on that show that are, like, questionable, so I wanted to kind of go through and, like, see what I thought. And you could comment down below if you've seen the show. I'm not really a big fan of reality TV. But certain reality TV shows like Dance Moms, for example, Smothered. I did watch Breaking Amish just because one of the families were from Lancaster, and I found it kind of interesting. So, and then Real Housewives. I've been trying to watch Real Housewives of New Jersey, and again, the reason why is because I lived in New Jersey for a short period of time. I dated people that lived in Bergen County, New Jersey, and I just want to see, like, you know, if any of it is, like, where I've been, if any of it is filmed, like, in places I've been. So that's why, like, I'll watch reality TV if I'm interested in the topic, like Dance Moms, or, if it's filmed somewhere that I've been. I haven't watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and that's mainly because it's not free. The first season, at least. And I'd have to go back. I have to figure out, like, how to watch it. Same with any Real Housewives. Like, the first season isn't free for me, and I'd have to start, like, now, and then I really wouldn't get the point. Then I really wouldn't like it, you know? Anyway, I have my tea. It's actually just, it's hot water and orange this time, because I finished all the limes. Okay, so I'm gonna dive in here. So first topic that was kind of alarming on the show that people brought up, and this question has actually been brought up to me in the past, was, well, on the show they did matching boob jobs. And I'm just going to broaden the topic, matching plastic surgeries. And this topic has been brought up to me several times in my personal life, in my professional life. I'm opening my eyes like, how many, if I had $1 for every single time this question was brought up. Now, I think to each their own. I recommend if, and this does happen in Armenian families, like Armenians have big noses, so they'll get their nose done. And if that's the case, like mother, father, maybe not mother and father, because like they could have potentially gotten their noses done when they were younger, but like mother, father, brother, cousin, daughter, like if anybody in their family is getting anything done plastic surgery wise, like on your face, nose, chin, facelift, ears, I recommend definitely trying to get it to match. Like, so, because think about it, I don't think that's uncommon, because like, if you think about it, let's say like you and your brother get your noses done. Like, you can't be going to like 2 different doctors and getting them done differently, because like then it's really gonna look fake. And like when you get your nose done, your ears, your chin, like I don't know, I think it's best to like make sure it looks as real as possible. If you're a celebrity, that's a different story, because like they get plastic surgery all the time, and then like the Kardashians, for example, like they have a certain look that they have to like portray. So that's a little different. But like if you and your brother, you and your sister, you know, you and your close cousin, like if you're all getting the same surgery done, you really should be going to the same doctor, and you should be getting it done similarly. I understand that like a nose or a chin, it's going to vary depending on like how big your face is, but it should be, you should look related, right? Like that's the whole point in order for it to look real. So I don't think that that's uncommon to get like any plastic surgery on your face done by the same doctor and get it to look similar. Botox is the same exact idea. Like you and like me and my mother, if we went to go get Botox, we should go together, get it done by the same professional. So then it's like, it's all the same. And honestly, my mother and I do have lines in the same places. So, I don't think that that's uncommon. They mentioned, matching boob jobs. I don't know. I think people tend to forget that plastic surgery is very invasive, and plastic surgery is still surgery. So when it comes, if you wanted to get something done, like something big, like like that skin where they like wrap your skin, or a tummy tuck, or a boob job, or a butt job, or whatever, I think that it's best to go to maybe go to either the same doctor, or go to a doctor you've been to before where you had good results. So like, for example, let's say my mom got her ears done and she really liked the doctor, and let's say I wanted to get the skin tucked, right? So my mom, you know, oh, I went to this doctor, she was really good, you should go there. Like, I think that that's appropriate, because plastic surgery is plastic surgery, and it's invasive, and you really want to be able to go to somebody who you can trust, somebody who had good results. I don't know about matching though, because especially if it's like a boob butt job, like why would that have to match? A tummy tuck, like why would that have to match? Like a face is different, because you take a family portrait, you know, unless you're taking like a family portrait on the beach, which like my family doesn't do. I guess, I don't know. I mean, to each their own. I think the main objective here, plastic surgery, is to just go to somebody that you can trust, go to somebody with good reviews, go to somebody that maybe your family or friends have gone to before. Moving on, seeing each other naked. Mother and daughter. Yeah, we'll do mother and daughter, because mother and son, I don't really want to talk about the Freud right now. But mother and daughter seeing each other naked. So my mom and I, when we go shopping together, yes, I try on a lot of clothes. People like to dress me up. I think it's just because I'm small. But people like to dress me up and put me in all these different outfits. But my mother and I, we especially went shopping together when it was prom season or wedding dresses. And she was in the dressing room with me, and and I tried everything on in front of her. So obviously she saw me naked, and yeah, I was self-conscious. But my mom, she's like, "Oh, your body's so beautiful. Why are you self-conscious? I made you, nothing to be ashamed of." So, yeah, so I was never one of those type of girls who could, get a tattoo or get a piercing and, not tell my mom about it, because she'd find out. She'd see it in the dressing room. Yeah, but I don't really think that's, I don't know. For me, it wasn't unusual to get, undressed in the dressing room and try on clothes. But that's the only time she sees me naked. I don't get dressed at home in front of her. Heck, I don't even live at home, and then I don't see her naked at all. I mean, I don't really know why. She's not buying a prom dress. I don't know why we would be in a dressing room trying on clothes for her. She's already been shopping. She already has the cream of the crop outfits. She's good. She doesn't need no more new clothes. So I don't really know why it would be reversed. I don't know. Anyway, next topic. And this has been brought up again several times. Mother in delivery room. A lot of times, I've noticed that sometimes the delivering mother or the expecting mother wants her husband there. Sometimes she wants her mom and dad. Sometimes she wants, it really does depend. And I don't know. In my professional opinion, anything could go wrong in the delivery room. You bring in whoever you want to bring in. Now, I don't really think you should bring in a 20 people Italian family, but if you're expecting and you want your husband and your mother in the delivery room, then you go for it, because anything could happen. The baby could come out stillborn. You could hemorrhage. It could be a disaster. It could be the end of the world. You could have a healthy baby. Also positives. You could have a baby who's crying and healthy and all normal. But there could also be really serious complications. Childbirth is like that. It's anything could really happen. So I say bring whoever you want in. If you want your mother there, then bring her in. It is not weird, because anything goes in the delivery room. And if it makes you more comfortable to have just your husband there, or just your dad there, or just your mom there, then that's what you do. But if you want everybody there, I say go for it. I see what the hospital staff says. They might limit how many people could be there, but I think it's very risky. So if you want your mother and your husband there, go for it. That's not weird. Okay, next one. Mother watching date. This is why I have my tea, because tea time dates, So my dad doesn't have a cell phone. That's why he's not in this. But I have my location on at all times to my mother and my brother. There's no mystery as to where I go. And honestly, my brother can look it up. He knows what to do, but my mom's not very good with technology. So she's not checking 24/7 where I am. It's more of a safety measure. If I fly home, for example, she'll check okay, Megan's in the airport, so I see it. You know what I mean? She'll check it there. She doesn't check when she's home. Most of the time it doesn't work because we've done it like on the phone where like we'll be talking and she'll be like, oh, I can't see your location today, but I could see it like when you flew home, you know? So, but anyway, I do have my location on for my mother and my brother only. And that's like more of a safety issue. Like, just so, because you never know what happens, and at least like if something happens, like they'll know. They don't check it all the time, but they check it like, you know, if they haven't heard from me, obviously they'll check it if there's an emergency. When it comes to dates, I do tell my mother and my brother, like if it's a first date, second date, whatever, like beginning of the relationship, I do tell my mother and brother where I am. And again, that's like for a safety issue. I do not know. I don't think they've ever come on a date or spied on a date. Not that I know of at least, but they know where I am. They know what restaurant I'm going to, what house I'm going to. And again, like it's more for safety issues. I also trust that they're not gonna like embarrass me. So yeah, there you go. Now, because like you don't know what happens, so here's my message to the public. If you can't trust your family or your family doesn't live nearby, definitely do this with a friend. Like have a best friend, share your location with a best friend. And when you go on a date, like tell a best friend, because you never know what's going to happen. There's been a lot of times when I've been that best friend or that friend, like, you know, knows the location, knows where the date is, know what time the date is, and like just checks in, you know, because you never know what's gonna happen. So so if you don't have family that you can do that with, definitely do it with a friend, because you never know. Next one is double date. So this is a lot of double date with mom, drinking with mom, going out drinking with mom, and going to strip club with mom. So I guess we'll start with drinking with mom. My brother and I, when we go home, obviously we go home like around the holidays, and we do have a couple drinks with my mom like at home. My dad doesn't drink. It makes him very sick. But he's there too. We have snacks, we have drinks. It's like a party. He usually eats the snacks. Anyway, it's a good time. So that's when I drink with my mom. That's what we do. When we went on vacation, obviously we went out drinking. Not like went out to the bar drinking, but like we had like wine at dinner, you know, like that kind of stuff. I have gone to the bar with my mom a couple of times, but when I say bar, I don't mean like a club bar. I mean like a Mexican restaurant with a bar and we sat at the bar, or like one of those American pubs where they serve like, you know, veggie burgers and like sweet potato fries, and like you can either sit at a table, you could sit at a bar. Technically Cheesecake Factory is a bar, right? Gone there several times with my mother, and we don't sit at the bar at Cheesecake Factory because we're short and we can't sit at those high top chairs. But at Mexican restaurants, they're not usually, or at least the ones by me, they're chairs or booths. At the bar, they don't have the high top chairs. But anyway, so yeah, so when I go out drinking with my mom, that's what I mean. Like it's like a bar restaurant. I've been to like a bar. Actually, no. I don't think I've ever been to like a dance bar with my mom. I've been to like a smoke bar, like an old man sit and drink a beer, have a cigarette bar with her before. But that's again, like, that's similar to the Mexican restaurant, just like without the Mexican food. So like I've done that before. When we were in When we were in Nashville, I definitely went to a dance bar with my mom. But we went to a couple different dance bars just to check them out. And we didn't really stay long, because in Nashville, like, you're mostly there to check out the bands, you know? It's not like club music. necessarily. So I don't think, no, I've never been to a club with my mom. I don't really think that would be appropriate considering she's married and I'm in a committed relationship. So, but I have gone to like restaurant bars with her. One of my favorite times was I went to a jazz restaurant bar with my brother and my mom. My brother likes jazz music, so like that was fun. But yeah, so I've done that before, but never like a club. And that's like where I'm getting at when the next one. Well, I guess double date. Double date obviously wouldn't be appropriate considering I'm in a committed relationship and my mom's married. But we have had like family dinners. Actually, both of us. Like my man has come over to my house and we've had like a family dinner before. I've gone out, I guess, on a double date with his parents and then me and him. But we've never like gone on a double date together. Like I said, it wouldn't really be appropriate. If we were both single, I also don't think it would have been appropriate because of the age difference. I actually also don't really know what kind of guys my mom's into. Like, I don't know what her type is. I've never actually asked. We tell each other everything, but yes, see, there you go. I've never actually asked. I don't know who her first boyfriend was. I don't know when she started dating. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. Yet we tell each other everything. No, when I say we tell each other everything, I mean like I tell her what I make for dinner because in the Armenian household, that's important. But I don't know. Like, I don't know when she moved out and moved in with my dad. Like, they were definitely married, but again, like, I don't know the whole story. So, maybe we don't tell each other everything. And last but certainly not least, going to the strip club with your mom. Again, not appropriate. And Gilmore Girls, they did mention this, where they were like, oh, there's this thing with, the line is like, oh, there was this thing with 21 guys, but that wouldn't be appropriate. And that's exactly, going to a strip club wouldn't be appropriate for me. I actually don't know my man's feelings on me/him. Like I don't know feelings about that. I've never actually asked, but I mean, all I do is I study, watch TV, go to the gym, study some more. I'm sorry, study, TV, study, gym, study, work, you know, so, I don't really go out. We have, my man and I have gone to several bars and several parties together, and I've gone to several things without him, and he's gone to like homecoming type parties without me, but I've never actually asked about the whole stripper thing, and my parents are old-fashioned, so if I asked my mom, that both of them would be anti because they're old-fashioned like that. But yeah, but that, I guess, it wouldn't really be appropriate. And if we were single, like I said, my mom's kind of the old-fashioned type, so she probably wouldn't find that appropriate. So anyway, so I guess at the end of this video, I guess me and my mom aren't as close as I thought. Like, we tell each other everything, but not necessarily. There's some boundaries, and I think that's good. Like, my mother, like, yeah, she's been in my life, and I do ask her about important decisions, but she trusts me. Like, she trusts that, like, whatever I decide is gonna be a good decision. She knows that, like, if I'm moving out, it's not, like, she's not losing me. Like, when I moved out, for example, it was, like, she knew she wasn't gonna lose me. Like, she knew we were gonna talk, we were still gonna see each other. I say fly home because flying home is much easier, but I can drive home if I wanted to. I mean, the flight itself really isn't that long, but I can drive home. I could take the bus home. We don't really live that far from each other. Like, we live far enough, but we don't live so far that, like, I can't I have to take off for like 2 weeks to go home. Like, it's not like that far. But flying home is so much better because I don't really like being on the bus for a long period of time. I get kind of anxious. Or, yeah, I get like a little, I don't know, stuck. So, but yeah. So, I mean, my mom and I, we have a good relationship. It's fair. I think one of my favorite parts about my mother is that she made this seamless transition from parent to friend. And I would say it happened when I was like 16-ish. She went from being more of a parent to being more of a friend, and the transition was very seamless. I don't know about any of you guys, but like when I was little, I thought that my mom was like the prettiest person on the face of the earth. I also thought she was the smartest person on the face of the earth and that she knew everything. And sometimes I wonder if other people feel that way because, like, I know a lot of people or a lot of times, like, if you're adopted, you put your birth parents on a high pedestal. So I don't know. I definitely put my mom on a really, really high pedestal. I thought she was the best at everything, like best flute player, because she played flute, best flute player, best person, best, everything. But then my mom told me that no, she's not that smart and she's not all that. But I thought she was, and I still think she is. Because like I said, she made that seamless transition from like mom to best friend. And I think that's kind of hard. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I guess I'll figure it out. Okay, I hope you had a nice day. Talk to you guys later. Bye!